Falcon main, this is Falcon Actual, over.
Falcon Actual, this is Falcon main, over.
Roger, Falcon main, how's my pause?
Falcon Actual, Reaper drone is tracking your pause, 95% clarity over target.
Falcon main, I have reached the FFP and the HVT are in sight, over.
Copy Falcon Actual, confirm you are in the final fire position and the high value target is in range, over.
Falcon main, this is Falcon Actual. Am I cleared to engage the high value target, over?
Falcon Actual, the SecDev has confirmed with POTUS you are cleared hot, over.
Copy that. Falcon main, engaging target now. Tango down.
Falcon Actual, Reaper drone confirms, Tango down, begin your exfil now.
Falcon main, there is mass confusion and panic with the HushTech trapper chambered in 17 HMR. No one saw where the shot came from, over. Beginning my exfil now. Getting too old for this, Falcon main.
So let's get right to it. When HushTech reached out to me and asked me if I had some time to review their Trapper 17, I said, yeah, of course. It took me 0.17 seconds to decide that this is something I wanted to do. Haven't shot 17 in a long time, so I said, why not? No sooner that I hung up the phone, I said, Self. Self said yes. And I knew it was me because I recognized my own voice. Well, you ain't got no 17 HMR, Lieutenant Dan. You got rid of that a long time ago because you didn't use it. Ah, you're right. Well, there's only one logical solution for that, and that's to buy a new 17 HMR. So if you know what a fanboy is, right? I fanboyed twice over the make of this video. First, for HushTech, which provided the 17 HMR. Thank you very much. It was awesome. And then secondly, over my Savage B17 rifle. I'll tell you what, this thing with the AccuTrigger and the threaded barrel out of the box is an absolute amazing and fun tack driver to shoot. Of course, chambered in 17 HMR. It came with the rail ready to go out of the box. AccuTrigger, as I said, bolt action, of course. And then I paired it with this Vortex Triumph 3x9x40 scope, which I got off of Amazon for about $100. So whole package out the door was about a little over $400. So not a bad package at all. Came with a 10-round box magazine as well. So, okay, enough about that, and back to the matter at hand is a 17 HMR. So great little suppressor. Got to fire it and compare it with and without the suppressor. We were able to shoot 17 HMR TNT CCI 17 grain 25-50 feet per second jacketed hollow point ammo. But unfortunately, we were not able to find any subsonic 17 HMR to do a real head-to-head. So if anyone knows where I can pick up some subsonic HMR and run this test again, I'll be glad to do so. Drop a link in the comments and I'll definitely give you a shout out for that. So as per their website, this thing weighs 6.75 ounces and it comes in at a length of 7.25 inches. So really not bad overall, not heavy overall. Doesn't make the overall package nose heavy. And since it only has 7 baffles, it doesn't make it nose long either. So those are good things to have, especially when I'm nose long and nose heavy. So easy to take and throw in your range bag. It is modular, so you can break it down to whatever size that you need. Of course, when you break it down to the different sizes, make it smaller, it will weigh less, but it will also suppress less sound. So mine was a little dirty here, putting her to the paces. So just to show, yeah, this isn't just talk. I'm actually running these guns, hence the Gun Runner Gomez moniker. So made out of 70-75 aluminum, right? Same as we always talk about our AR-15 receivers. And the individual chambers, they break down and they screw apart for not only ease of cleaning, of course, but as I mentioned earlier, to change the sound quality you want as well as the length based on your needs. Did, as usual, ran a baseline unsuppressed test and then ran suppressed tests with the suppressor, and of course 48 inches from the end of the barrel. According to the audio meter that I use, that's the proper distance to test the audio sound from whatever you're testing. So with that, I found that, again, because I only had one type of ammo, this was a pretty quick and easy test to run. So unsuppressed, we had an average baseline of 81.58 decibels unsuppressed. And then when we got it suppressed, got it down to 79.68 decibels, which is the average. And I know that doesn't sound like a big difference, but it actually is. So when you're doing a comparison, 70 decibels is a vacuum cleaner, between 70 and 79, right? So moderate, right? You can stand a vacuum cleaner. At 80 to 100 decibels, or excuse me, 80 to 109 decibels, then that becomes a little more louder, like a big old dump truck driving by you. So vacuum cleaner, I never heard of anyone losing their hearing by running a vacuum cleaner too long, but I know a lot of people who have operated trucks for a long time, windows open, going down the road, military service, garbage collection, construction, whatever the case may be, that have a hard time hearing because that was loud. So it makes a bit of a difference. I was hoping for some lower sounds suppression, but unfortunately I knew what I was in for, because hope is not a strategy. As most, well, I can't say most people. A lot of people may not know. All right, let's just say this. Suppressors are only half the solution to make your firearm quieter. Anything that's roughly above 1,125 feet per second is considered sonic, right? It's sonic. Anything above Mach 5 is hypersonic. We talk about these hypersonic missiles. So that's a louder crack, a more sharper crack when the bullet breaks the sound barrier. If you find ammunition that's considered standard velocity or subsonic, it's pretty much anything that's under 1,125 feet per second. Some of the ammo that I've been able to find for 22 and for others go down as low as 800 feet per second, and that's a really quiet round. So with that being said, overall, not a bad suppressor at all. $250 is the retail price. And compared to other suppressors, one thing I really liked about this is a dedicated 17 HMR platform. Unlike other suppressors that are chambered for .22 caliber that can be used and are rated for 17 HMR, I found that this was actually a little bit quieter based on some research I found on the internet. Now, even though it's 0.05 of an inch smaller than 22, when you look at these here, let's see if I can hold them close to the camera, you can actually see the difference in the hole at the end of the suppressors. So it does make a difference, because that 0.05 of an inch can really highlight how much gas will get through here that's not supposed to, that gets trapped in here that's supposed to. So making it a little bit quieter than some of the 17s, than some of the 22s. I did compare it to one of my the Sparrow, another suppressor I have, to see what the sound suppression quality was. Unfortunately, I didn't record it. My laptop decided, I didn't want to record it today, so it didn't. And so that was that. So I lost that content, but if it's something that comes up later, especially if someone finds some 17 HMR that I can get sub-suppressed, I'll definitely do another video. So with that being said, comes to my favorite part, the pros and cons. And this was a pretty good one, because it's the only one that I have shot so far that doesn't have suppressed ammo. I had to, of course, dial back some of my expectations. Because it's one of the few 17 HMR dedicated suppressors out there, there was very limited data with how well they function. But, I got some of the pros. First and foremost, it did make it quieter. Initially, I wasn't sure if I can shoot it without hearing protection, but I did find later, and you'll see in the video that, yeah, I could shoot it without hearing protection, and it did very well. Part of that, too, is the way that the suppressor works. It pushes all of the blast, the excess gas and everything forward, unlike a muzzle brake that often pushes it out, so a lot of it comes back to the shooter's ear. Found that at the shooter's ear, it was very comfortable. So overall, good job, good job. So now the pros and cons, right? One of the pros is it's a dedicated 17 HMR platform. You won't find many out there, and when you do, they're quite expensive. 17 HMR, this has nothing to do with the suppressor, is more expensive compared to things like 22 WMR, some of the longer, heavier 22s. But you can find 22 suppressors all over the place. Not that many 17 HMR, or anywhere, not as many as you can for 22. Comes completely apart for ease of cleaning, as well as for adjusting the length that you need and the sound quality that you need out of the suppressor. 7075 aluminum, same as our super cool AR-15 receivers, which is awesome. Comes in black. You can get it in other colors as per request. I kept mine in just anodized aluminum. That's the other thing, the aluminum is anodized. I kept mine in anodized aluminum as I don't know what color I want it yet. So as soon as I figure that out, I will definitely go to HushTech and get one in that color. So yeah, colors and additional fees. USA made. The engineers sit right next to the folks in the machine shop to manufacture it, which makes it a lot easier to implement changes, updates, enhancements, things of that nature pretty easily on the fly. Price point is good, and lifetime limited warranty, which is also very, very good. Some of the cons on this is, again, not related to the suppressor so much, but I just got to say, just to set the level set for everyone, you don't find these in subsonic, so it's not going to be as quiet as some of the 22s that I've done in the past. So overall, a great suppressor, 4 out of 5 stars. I wouldn't hesitate recommending this to anyone that's looking for a dedicated 17 HMR suppressor. If you're only going to get one, I'd like it modular so I can have those options. And I had nothing wrong with aluminum. Steel's great, but it's really heavy. So with that being said, 4 stars all day, every day. Go out to yourself and grab one. You can find this and more of HushTech's products at www.hushtech.com. And they are currently running a sale on their website for this holiday weekend, 4th of July. I'm not going to tell you what that sale is. I'm going to challenge you to go to their website and see what that sale is. So remember, be safe out there. Have a good time with your firearms. And last but not least, that steel don't lie. So run your gun, not your mouth.